What's up? I wanted to make a video about not taking stuff too seriously. For example, that's why I make YouTube videos with my ratty tatty hair, no makeup on. I think that, it's good to be dressed up to present yourself, but I also don't want people to have this idea that they have to look a certain way to project information that they know and to share it and to, I don't know, just be authentic. You can show up not looking your best and still have things to say. You don't have to get all ready and have the perfect format of how you're going to talk about it and all of that. Sometimes you can just, first thing in the morning, you have something to say, press record, say it, do it. That isn't to say that effort is also appreciated. So, getting your hair did, putting on a face, writing out a script, coming prepared, that has its own benefits, but it's not necessary. You can also show up in a different way, which is not looking the cutest, not having the script prepared and just talk. So I think with life, a lot of people take it super serious and they put all these expectations on themselves of how it should look when you show up in the world. Or, for example, if you, I guess, just like want to be perceived in a certain way, you think that you have to do all these specific things. So, like, if you want to be perceived as smart, then you have to be smarter than everyone else. You have to have all the answers. You have to show up and always be researching and yada, yada, yada. And it's just not that deep. Why do you even want to be perceived as smart? It's probably some egoic reason of you not feeling smart, so you want to be perceived as smart. It's validation from others because you don't feel it within yourself. Meanwhile, why do you even hold being smart on a pedestal? What does it mean to be smart? Because people can be smart in different ways. Some people can be book smart, some people can be street smart, some people know how to build things, some people know how to bake things. Like, there's different levels. Some people know calculus, some people know emotional smarts, like emotional maturity, whatever. There's different levels to being smart. So how are you defining it? Why are you wanting to be perceived as smart in a specific way? What's leading to that? It's probably egoic. It's probably you wanting external validation from others. So putting this, like, I need to be perceived as smart, is creating unnecessary stress in your life, and you don't even, the definition of smart, you're not defining. So besides that, it's not so serious. You don't need to be perceived in any way. At the end of the day, the only thing that really matters is understanding who you are and being, I was going to say confident, but more so like pleased with that person. And by doing so, you should be living authentically, truthfully, lovingly onto yourself and onto others. That's all that really matters. You don't need to be perceived as anything other than you are. And perception is not something you can control. It's outside of yourself. You can control your perception. So that's why it's important to feel good with yourself and, build up those characteristics that you want. But being perceived from other people, that's external to you. You can't control that. Can you persuade it and influence it? Yeah, but you can't have complete control. It's always going to be something you'll have to essentially manipulate if you want other people. And it's not always going to work because free will, people can see you however they want to see you. You could think you're showing yourself as the smartest person ever, but someone else could look at you and be like, no, I'm not smart enough. It's up to them. It's their perception. So to try and validate yourself through that, it's not going to prove anything of value, because you're always going to be chasing to either keep or change their perspective, versus working on yourself and feeling that internal fulfillment. That's something you can control, you have power over, you can feel confident in. So define what it is. Like, again, if you want to be perceived as smart, if that's important to you, define what that means to you and work towards that. And make sure it's rooted in love and compassion, and not something out of ego. Not like, oh, I want to feel better than people, so I want to be smarter than them. I want to, just have people look up to me and be like, look at how smart they are. If that's your reasoning, you need to work around why you're wanting that. But if you want to be perceived as smart because you genuinely want to know things, you want to be able to teach things to others that are truthful, that are of value, that you value, I think that's okay, to want to be smart in that sense, and just work towards it. Work towards creating that in your life. But again, if it's for some external validation from others so that you yourself can feel this sense of entitlement, might not be the best reasoning. But yeah, don't take life so serious. Like I said, I show up ratty-tatty hair, no makeup. I could get fully ready. I could structure my videos. It would probably help me get a certain amount of views or like attention, but that's not why I do it. I don't do it for getting a certain amount of views or attention. I do it to just share what I have to say, and this is the way that I feel comfortable showing up. That isn't to say I can't do makeup and write a script and do all that, maybe at a different point, but it doesn't mean I have to do it that way. It's not so serious. See what I'm saying? Like, just do what you feel aligned with doing, and don't feel like you need to show up in any specific way. Take the pressure off yourself. It can be fun. It can be easier. It doesn't need to be where you're looking for others to validate and to gain some sort of attention that you're craving. If it's being smart, if it's whatever. Just be you. Show up as you. That's all I really have to say. I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope everyone has a beautiful day. Today is Monday, as they say. So, yeah. Hope everyone has a great day. Elite, bye.